The Notre Dame has been a big part of Paris for over 800 years now, and after the fire in April I wanted to pay a tribute to it and show that it's still standing strong. I've decided to recreate a cross at the altar and one of the rose windows. I've already primed and prepped my face so I can go straight onto the eyeshadow. I'm putting on some eyeshadow tape to make sure my lines are straight. I like to connect the lines from my nose to my eyebrows to make 100% sure my angles are even. I'm going to do a simple smoky eye using the length of Lolly's eyeshadow. I use the lightest shade as a base and then I use this brown shade as a transition shade. Using brush number 15, I apply a black color onto my outer lid. Using brush number 17 and 28, I go in with the previous eyeshadows and blend out everything smoothly. I then use the Epic Ink eyeliner and create a soft wing. I go on and remove the tape and touch up my under eye with some Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. I then use the Build a Map brow powder to fill in my brows softly. Using the dual powder brush, I make sure the powder is applied evenly and that my brows are combed out. I then use the high definition blush in my everyday shade. I take the retractable white eyeliner to outline a cross on my forehead. This is the cross that stands at the altar and survived the fire. I apply a golden highlighter from the Machinist palette on my cheekbones, cupid's bow, brow bone and my inner eye. I now want to create the effect of ashes and smoke on my face, so I add the grey eyeshadow from before on my forehead and cheeks as a contour. I go in with the SFX cream in the color black to create a stronger effect. I quickly put on some setting spray and go over to my chest piece. For the chest piece, I wanted to recreate the stained glass rose window. I take my white jumbo eyeliner and a pre-made stencil to create a big white circle in the middle of my chest. I then create 3 thin guidelines with the Epic Ink eyeliner. At the end of each guideline, I add a white square, once again with the jumbo eye pencil. The square should be as big as your circle is. I then put 3 smaller circles just under each white square. I then put 3 tiny circles onto my big inner circle and the same size tiny circle onto the other side of each small circle. All of this I'm still using my jumbo eye pencil. I then add lines from the smaller circle towards the bigger one without ever actually touching the big circle. I outline those lines and it's kind of supposed to look like a curvy cross. I then add the remaining square in between the other 2 squares. I then use the Ultimate Shadow palette in the color Brights. I outline the big circle in a dark blue and then I fill in the tiny circles in red. I add a silver cross to each tiny circle using the retractable eyeliner. I then try my best to recreate the drawing of the big circle and fill in the open space in red. I then go over to the curvy crosses. I fill them in light blue and use different shades to recreate a gradient effect. I then outlined a small circle using the white SFX cream. And using the red SFX cream, I add the little flowers on the space outside of the small circle. I now use the dark blue color once again to outline the squares. I then fill in both shades using the shadow palette and a thin brush to recreate the drawings as well as I can. I then go on to the next shape and I put 4 tiny circles next to each other to create a flowery effect. I fill those in with the jumbo pencil and color them blue as well. This time I use the yellow SFX cream to draw the lilies. I now outline everything I've already done using the Epic ink liner once again. The last part of the window uses an extra large circle and is once again outlined by the tiny circle. The tiny circles are exactly the same as the first time we used them, so you make them red and add the silver cross to each one. I then fill in the big circles which follows the pattern of the curvy cross. So I make them first white, I then add the blue and I add the red little flowers. I then outline the rest of the drawing and use the black SFX cream to fill everything in. I use the SFX setting powder to set everything. And I then add some more details using all the other SFX colors, making sure to set those afterwards as well. I then color in the cross on my forehead using the gold from the Machinist palette. To top it off, I put on the lip lime cherry in color 12.